Good morning and welcome to Seattle Sunday Service, Seattle Unity. Hello. Because of Omicron, you are all at your home instead of being in here in the room, and I miss you deeply. So during today's service, look for all of the ways in the service that we have shifted to help you feel like you are part of the spiritual gathering, the spiritual community, and it's not just a spiritual TV show, and we're not just performers in your audience. We're still a community, and part of that is participation. So step one is a call response song that I'm going to ask my friend Tim to lead for us. It's super easy, but it means I'm going to ask you to actually sing back to us. This stimulates those social brain parts that are just question answer, like a dialogue. It's a really, really base level human experience. This is going to be an easy way to wake up. Go ahead, Tim.
Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day.
Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day.
This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day.
This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. Everybody.
Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day.
Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day.
Thank you for this song, Spirit, thank you for this song.
Thank you for this song, Spirit, thank you for this song.
This wonderful, this wonderful, this wonderful song.
This wonderful, this wonderful, this wonderful song. Everybody.
Thank you for this song, Spirit, thank you for this song. Thank you for this song, Spirit, thank you for this song. This wonderful, this wonderful, this wonderful song. This wonderful, this wonderful, this wonderful song.
Yeah.
Thank you for this life, Spirit, thank you for this life.
Thank you for this life, Spirit, thank you for this life.
This bountiful, this bountiful, this bountiful life.
This bountiful, this bountiful, this bountiful life, yeah.
Thank you for this life, Spirit, thank you for this life. Thank you for this life, Spirit, thank you for this life. This bountiful, this bountiful, this bountiful life. This bountiful, this bountiful, this bountiful life.
Let us pray.
And so we do open to the presence, the power, and the activity of God moving in and through us, now and always. For there is but one presence and one power in my life and in the universe, God the good, omnipotence.
Thank you for this prayer, Spirit, thank you for this prayer.
Thank you for this prayer, Spirit, thank you for this prayer.
This powerful, this powerful, this powerful prayer.
This powerful, this powerful, this powerful prayer.
Thank you for this prayer, Spirit, thank you for this prayer.
Thank you for this prayer, Spirit, thank you for this prayer.
This powerful, this powerful, this powerful prayer. This powerful, this powerful, this powerful prayer. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day.
Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day.
This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day.
This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. Yeah, thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day.
Good morning and welcome to Seattle Unity. There's a few of us in the room and I welcome you, and for those of us who are at home, I welcome you as well. And as Aaron shared, because of Omicron, we are being mindful right now for this week and next, and we'll reevaluate and we can't wait to come back together in community. So right now, I invite you to turn your attention within, and we will affirm our mission statement together, which is, we are a welcoming spiritual community thriving in the heart of Seattle, celebrating, inspiring, and deepening our individual and collective spiritual journeys. And it is so. So if you have prayer requests, I invite you to type them into the chat box, and we'll bless you at the end of the service. And there is fellowship hour today because we are doing the White Stone. It's kind of nice to be able to share the word that you have. And Karen R. Smith is going to be leading that discussion. So that said, let us see our announcements.
Our little bit of tradition. So part of the community and the social brain is tickling that familiarity and tickling that, hey, I remember this. This is another, hey, I remember this moment. We're going to sing a fast sing-along together. So I encourage you, this one, step touch. So if you didn't get up before, please try getting up now. Those of you who are in the room, these are our crew members in the room, get up. Help me out here. Because they can't see you, but I can see you, and I love you, and I want you to move your bodies. So a little step touch is a start. And then this one also has a possible hand motion thing that if you like, you can do at the end, and it's the mind of God within me. And you can do your version. You can vogue if you want. I don't care. But these songs are an invitation to do multimodality, which is yet another way that we use this service to increase our access and awareness of the divine and of each other as a spiritual community. So the more that you get into it, the more you get out of it. It goes like this. Everything that I need to know about what lies before me, everything that I need to know about what lies before me is available to me, is available to me through the mind of God within me. Let's do that again. Everything that I need to know about what lies before me, everything that I need to know, yeah, about what lies before me is available to me, is available to me through the mind of God within me. Keep it there. I want to introduce our team while we're doing this. So that you're hearing that is so delicious is from Tommy Burton, who is returning today. He is our guest, special guest soloist today. And on the keys, you'll see David behind that mask. And no, over there, that is not Olivia. That is Marina Christopher. Olivia's on vacation in a cabin someplace, and Marina is here kicking it with us. And Tim, of course, was there before. And Tim is our one and only congregant singer today. So in the next couple weeks, we'll have a smaller team, but that means we gotta have bigger presence and bigger spirit. So if you can do that type of stuff that Tommy was doing, let's do it. We're gonna kick it up one. Everything that I need to know about what lies before me. Everything that I need to know, yeah, about what lies before me is available to me, is available to me through the mind of God within me. Take it up again. Oh, everything that I need to do, yeah, about what lies before me. Everything that I need to do, yeah, about what lies before me is available to me, is available to me through the mind of God within me. Take it up again. Oh, everything that I need to say about what lies before me. Everything that I need to say about what lies before me is available to me, is available to me. 3 times. Through the mind of God within me, through the mind of God within me, through the mind of God within me. Ooh, what a pleasure. Yes. I want to invite Gail Macy forward to give us our reading for today.
This reading is from the Daily Word, Saturday, January 1st, 2022. I joyfully create the year anew. I greet this day feeling grateful as I begin another year. It is stretched out before me like a blank canvas, inviting my unique designs and bright colors. I use my zeal and imagination to dream big dreams and make bold plans. I release the past, taking from it the precious memories and invaluable experiences. Even the experiences that were not especially happy have helped me bring to me where I am today. I feel confident, self-assured, knowing that I go forth into the new year with God expressing as my creativity, my audacity, my kindness, and my compassion. My receptive, eager attitude for the coming year opens my heart to all the joy I am about to create. I smile, and I let the wonder in. Thank you.
This song was sung by Stevie Wonder in 1966. Like a long, lonely stream, I keep running towards a dream, moving on, moving on, like a branch on a tree. I keep reaching to be free, moving on, moving on. There's a place in the sun where there's hope for everyone, and my poor restless heart's gotta run. There's a place in the sun, and before my life is done, gotta find me a place in the sun. like a long, dusty road. I get weary from the load, moving on, moving on. Like this tile troubled earth, I've been rolling since my birth, moving on, moving on. There's a place in the sun where there's hope for everyone, and my poor restless heart's gotta run. There's a place in the sun, and before my life is done, gotta find me a place in the sun. Whoa, there's a place in the sun where there's hope for everyone, and my poor restless heart's gotta run. Hey, there's a place in the sun, and before my life is done, gotta find me a place in the sun. Yeah, there's a place in the sun where there's hope for everyone, and my poor restless heart's gotta run. Hey, there's a place in the sun, and before my life is done, gotta find me a place in the sun.
Thank you, Tommy. That was beautiful. So I've been seeing a cartoon going around on Facebook, and it's about a group of people, and they're all standing in a huddle, and there's a door up ahead that says 2022, and only one person is venturing forward to sort of slowly open the door, not knowing what is behind it. And considering the last couple of years that we've had, you may be feeling some anxiety about the new year. And that is one of the reasons why this ritual, the white stone ritual, is so important, because it sets a direction. It sets the intention, and it sets the direction for 2022. Now, we wish we could be in person, but if COVID has taught us anything, it's that we need to be willing to change and adjust to whatever circumstances are happening in the moment, right? So if you don't have a stone yet, please go find one, or write it down on a piece of paper, and then when you do come down here to Metropolis, we will have them here, and you can transfer your word to the stone later. These stones are from Jerusalem that we have. But you know, we live in a beautiful part of the country in the Northwest where there's stones on the beach, and so you could take a mindful walk and choose a special one for you. So as we set an intention today, again, we need to be conscious that we probably need to adapt and adjust. So I had an experience of this, a micro experience of this last week, because I went to the coast so that I could write the program for 2022. And in my mind, I chose a place that was deserted. So I went to Mo Clips. There's really nothing there, and I thought that's great. And I rented a cabin, and the review said, bring lots of firewood because it's cold and it's pretty much heated by the wood fire stove that's there. So I loaded up my car with groceries and the dog and everything I need for the week. All this firewood, I hauled it all into this little cabin. I loaded up the fireplace because it was dark when I got there. I started the fire, and all the smoke came pouring out of the back of the fireplace. And I looked at the fireplace, and there was no pipe connecting the fireplace to the chimney. So the entire room filled with carbon monoxide and smoke. So I cleared it out. I tried to get a hold of somebody. Nobody was available. And long story short, the dog and I got under the covers and shivered most of the night. And I moved the next day, but then I had to pack up all the firewood, all the food, the dog, and move it to a new place. So I lost a day of writing because I didn't get there till 3 or 4 in the afternoon to the new place. So I had a couple of days that were pretty productive, and then on Thursday, I got into a zone. You know how you get in a zone and you start writing and things are flowing, so things are going well. Well, I never bothered to look out the window, nor did I ever take the dog for a walk on the beach, and then I kind of noticed that it hadn't stopped raining for probably, I don't know, 24, 48 hours. And we had a Zoom board meeting. And then after the board meeting, I opened the door and looked out, and there was a river and a lake in front of my little cabin that I was in. And of course, you've heard about all the flooding that's been happening. So pretty much all night, I kept my eye out because I imagined water just flowing into the place. It only got to the porch, so that was good. And the next day, I'm packing up to leave, and the road that I needed to take to get out was underwater. And I really wanted to get out of there at this point. I was like, I'm done. I want to go home. And the road was basically a river. And I have a Prius, which is really low to the ground. This is not a terrain vehicle. And luckily, there was a good Samaritan who was parked along the side of the road. And he was walking out into the water, and he was guiding trucks and cars. And he came up to me and he said, you can't make a right turn and you cannot go down that road because your car is too low. It will stall. And I saw a road across the street, and I said, what if I could just get across the street? He said, that's an old highway. You can do that. And so this wonderful man just sort of guided me through the shallowest parts of the water so that I could get out, so that I could get home. So my point in telling this story is I had this intention of just this silence and this peace for this whole week, and it wasn't that. I mean, there were periods of that, but it wasn't that. And again, I think that is what we have learned over these last couple of years is, yeah, you set this intention, and then you better be ready to shift and change with whatever is happening in the world. Set your intention and then be flexible and see what happens. So there's 2 ways, I kind of already said, but there's 2 ways that you can do this. And one is to find a special stone that you can write on, or write it on a piece of paper, and we will give you a stone next time you're here. But I do invite you to sign on to the fellowship hour. Following this service, you go on the website and you'll find it. And then it's a way to connect with each other and talk about the word that you have chosen for the year. So the truth is that you have an unwritten book in front of you, right? It's called 2022. Title of the book is 2022. You have 12 chapters, and since we're already into the 9th, you have approximately 356 pages left to fill. And so now is the time to plant those seeds, because where intention goes, energy flows. So last week, Diane led us through a burning bowl service where we were invited to release and to let go. Well, the thing that we know is that once we've released and let go, if we don't fill it with something that we want, then the old stuff just will come back again, right? So now that we have made space, it's time to call in the good. The white stone ceremony is referenced in a book called Transformative Rituals by Gay Williamson. She and her husband were unity ministers in Detroit and also in Florida. And they took this ceremony based on the scripture that is found in the book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 17. I'm going to read that scripture to you, and then we'll take it apart. Anyone with ears to hear must listen to Spirit and understand what he is saying to the churches. To everyone who is victorious, I will give some of the manna that has been hidden away in heaven. And I will give to each one a white stone. And on the stone will be engraved a new name that no one understands except for the one who receives it. Anyone who has ears to hear. So this references listening to the voice of Spirit, right? It's not listening to the voice in the outer world. It's listening to the voice of Spirit. So what's different about this ritual is we aren't focusing on goals, right? This is about listening to the inner voice for guidance as it reveals to you what you need to embody for 2022. What's interesting to me is that this ritual has gone mainstream. So much so that there was an article written about it in the New York Times. Now, they don't call it the White Stone ceremony, but it's about picking a word. And there was an article by Tara Parker Pope. And the article says, do you want to get more out of 2022? Start by picking one word that captures your values and intentions for the next year. Try not to think of the word as a resolution like diet or a specific goal like saving money. Instead, find your word by reflecting on your favorite experiences, your hopes and dreams, and areas in your life that deserve more attention. Dr. McGonigal suggests asking yourself, what do I want to contribute? What matters most to me? So, having ears to hear is about listening for value-centered words like fitness, companionship, creativity, love, and it's a voice, again, that comes from within rather than from without. So referencing back the scripture, to everyone who is victorious, I will give some of the manna that has been hidden away in heaven. Charles Fillmore says in the Revealing Word that manna is the realization of divine substance everywhere. And obviously we know that where's heaven? Heaven is within us. So as we align our values and our purpose, it becomes an avenue through which our dreams, touching into the divine substance, may become manifest. New York Times again, Andy Milne said, unlike a resolution, a single word can't be broken. I visualize this as a word that sits on my shoulder and gently nudges me toward a more improved version of myself. So this is the manna, right? The divine substance that is coming from heaven. And I will give to each one a white stone. And on that stone will be engraved a new name that no one understands except for the one who receives it. So one of the stories about the white stone is that it was given to slaves during Roman times when they were set free. And the stone symbolized their freedom, and they were free to write a new name upon it. So the stone, in a sense, symbolizes a new beginning, just as each of us have a new beginning at this start of the year in 2022. So No one understands except the one who receives it. So each one of us, at here and at home, are going to get a word. And your word may not mean anything to me, and my word might not mean anything to you. But that word, no one understands except the one who receives it. And each one of us will know what to do with that. The other thing about this stone is that it represents faith. So when you touch your stone, whatever stone you may have, remember when Jesus said to Peter, "Upon this rock I will build my church." And Peter metaphysically represents faith, right? Charles Fillmore said that our consciousness is established in faith in God, a rock foundation, a sure, everlasting peace. So let your stone be a physical reminder of your faith in God. So when you see your word and you touch the stone, know that you have the faith to bring it into manifestation. And let it remind you that with faith, all things are possible. So perhaps a way to choose your word is to imagine what your legacy is. I mean, imagine if you died today, what would your obituary say about you? What would people at your service say about you? If you have any unfinished business, what are you compelled to do? What are you compelled to finish? So there's a story about a man 100 years ago, and he opened up the newspaper and he looks at the obituaries and his name was in there. And people thought he had died. So there was an obituary and he thought, I wonder what they said about me. And the obituary read, "Dynamite King dies." And so this man was the inventor of dynamite. And when he read the words, "Merchant of Death," he asked himself a question. Is this how I'm going to be remembered? And so from that day on, he started working toward peace. In fact, if he had a stone, he probably would have written the word peace on it. His name was Alfred Nobel, and he's remembered today and is best known for having bequeathed his fortune to establish the Nobel Prize. So when you hear the word Nobel, you hear Nobel Prize, right? I hear it, I don't think of dynamite, even though that's part of what he did. I don't think that. I think the Nobel Prize and the amazing things that people have done to be awarded it. So what word should you choose? And I caution you, because if you've already got a word and you're like, oh, I know what my word is, many times people at the end of this go, no, that wasn't my word. I thought that was my word, but that's not my word. So I'm going to lead you through a meditation, and I invite you to be open to a word that is being revealed to you, because no, the word is the Logos. It's that spirit. So if you choose a word like create, for instance, well, then allow yourself a moment to think about when you've been creative, and maybe another word will come from there. And let the word guide you throughout the year when you're making decisions, right? Because if you have a word like relax, that's going to be different from achieve, when you make decisions. And then even after you have chosen your word, you might want to sit with the thesaurus and see, is there another one? So right now, Aaron and the team are going to lead us through a chant to prepare us for a time of meditation.
This is a good moment to set aside any distractions, make sure you're physically comfortable in your chair. And as always, this chant helps us monitor and regulate our own breath. So I invite you to put voice to this. It's very easy. There is a gift. There is a gift. There is a gift in the silence. Try this. There is a gift
And so I invite you right now to hold the stone or the paper in your hand. And I invite you to silently bless it, to infuse it with your energy. Again, recognize that this symbolizes faith. Faith in the universe. Faith in the good. Faith that divine presence is making your way clear. So for just a moment, I'd like you to stop and review 2021. Not throughout the whole year, but what is it that you had to let go of last year? And what did you learn? What was new? More importantly, how have you changed over this last year? And of these changes, what do you want to carry with you into 2022? And imagine that there is a door that says 2021, and it is now closed. And I invite you to silently bow to this year, to 2021. And before us is the door that's marked 2022, and that door is open. And so I invite you to look ahead and ask yourself, how do I want to be remembered? What are those things that are pressing on me that I haven't done yet that I need? I need to finish. I need to start. I need to research. And what changes need to happen in your life around your relationships? What changes need to happen in your life around your work or your service? What changes need to happen around your creative pursuits? What about your home? Know that you may not have the answers right now, but I invite you to sit with the images and the feelings that are being revealed to you now. And I'm going to ask you to jump in consciousness once again. And I'm going to invite you to imagine that it is the beginning of 2023. And so you look back at this last year of 2022, and I want you to imagine right now that it's been a great year. Even if there were a lot of adjustments and unexpected things that happened, imagine that 2022 was your best year. And how does your body feel? Who's with you? Family, friends? What kind of work are you doing? What kind of service are you giving? And as you look back over 2022, what made you happy? What made you grow? What is exciting? So I invite you to bring your awareness back to your body and right now, to jump back into the present self that's standing at the doorway that enters 2022. And so what is the word or words that describe who you have become, who you are, and where you're going? And I'm just going to be quiet and give you a minute of silence to reflect on this. What is wanting to emerge in you for your highest good? And I invite you to write that word when you are moved. So I invite you to look at your word. If you haven't written it yet, I invite you to write it down now. And imagine this word sits on your shoulder, and it's gently nudging you forward. See how this word expands and manifests within you and within your life, so that changes that need to happen come easily, painlessly, graciously. And so we dedicate and consecrate this word to the divine direction and guidance of God. The stone symbolizes your faith in the universe. So infinite presence. We forge a clear mental picture of what we seek. Our vision is inspired from on high and equipped with love and strength of God, for we place wings on our feet. And we end this year with success, with joy, and a dream fulfilled. And it is for this awareness, and in the name and through the power of the living Spirit of truth, that we say thank you and amen. And so I invite you to share your word if you're going to fellowship hour, or even type it in the chat box. And the New York Times article actually has a section where you can register and put your word into the New York Times, and they're collecting them. So again, imagine that this word sits on your shoulder and it gently nudges you forward. Amen.
This song was written by the Zombies in 1968. The warmth of your love's like the warmth of the sun, and this will be our year. Took a long time to come. Don't let go of my hand now, the darkness is gone. This will be our year. Took a long time to come. And I won't forget the way you held me up when I was down. And I won't forget the way you said, darling, I love you. You gave me faith to go on. Now we're there, and we've only just begun. And this will be our year. Took a long time to come. The warmth of your smile, smile for me, little one. And this will be our year. Took a long time to come. You don't have to worry, all your worry days are gone. And this will be our year. Took a long time to come. And I won't forget the way you held me up when I was down. And I won't forget the way you said, darling, I love you. You gave me faith to go on. Now we're there, and we've only just begun. And this will be our year. Took a long time to come. This will be our year. Took a long time to come.
Tommy Burton.
This will be our year. So I invite you, now we enter into the process of generosity. And so I invite you to look at the screen and you'll see the text to give number, which really is an easy way to give. You just need to type that number in and put in the amount, and it's boom, it's instant. So know however you give, whatever form you give, we are grateful. So we bless our offering with, I give willingly, joyfully, and lovingly, knowing that God is the constant source of my supply. I give with graciousness and receive with gratitude, and it is so. And so let's take a moment as we bless everyone who has requested prayer. So I invite you to raise your consciousness in whatever way works best for you, whether it's moving to your heart, the top of your head. But we hold the light of spirit, filling the life of Rich and Lynn, Arlene and Janet. We see this light moving through the life and body of Michael, Linda, and Louise. We bless Julie and RV, Dawn, and the Kimbra family. We see this light permeating the life, the body, the affairs of Mary and her family, of Cassie and family, and of Jenny and family and friends. We take a moment to know that the highest and best is out working in the life of Sharon and Mike. For the Wilk family and Nola, we send you our love and energy. We bless Cassie and Todd. We see the healing light of spirit moving through Aaliyah and Kathy X, Sam and Jason and Caroline. And if there's anyone else that you have thought of, I invite you to speak their names or hold them in your heart right now. May all beings be free from danger. May all beings have mental happiness. May all beings have physical happiness. And may all beings have ease of well-being. For the light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Somebody out there said that's the truth, and that is the truth. I know that you did, because it rises up inside of me. That's that call response, that habitual call response. More and more of those community building, community awareness things. I invite you to stay on for or to go to the website and click on the Zoom fellowship link, to do more of that. But for right now, let's sing to each other. Sing to your cat real, real loud. Here we go. All is well. All is well, and I am grateful. All is well, and now it's time to let it go. All is well, and I am grateful. Life is good, and so it is. If you like harmonies, get in there.